part, your affection will not subside. You're getting it? So this is emptiness. By emptiness, grief, sadness, anger, depressions, self-righteousness, they will all subside. The destructive emotions all will subside. By seeing dependent origination, dependency. With the dependency, your feeling of affection will grow. You getting it? It's beautiful concept. So this concept is not invented by, I'm going to reiterate this. This is a very important point. This concept of emptiness is not invented by the Buddha. This was discovered by the Buddha. Let's not forget it. This is not invented. For example, like gravity is not invented by Newton. It was discovered by Newton. You're getting it? Likewise, this concept, a brilliant concept, it existed before the Buddha Shakyamuni was born. He just invented it. He did not, no, he discovered it. He did not invent it. It existed before he was born. Say, 0.3 million years ago, the Homo sapiens first came on this earth. Even that time, nothing is objectively, everything is subjectively real. 6 million years, the first ape came on this earth. Again, nothing is objective, everything is subjectively. 300 million years ago, the dinosaurs. Again, nothing is objective, everything is subjective. Then, 4 billion years ago, the first unicellular organism came to the earth. First unicellular organism came on this earth 4 billion years ago. Again, nothing is objective, everything is subjective real. But only 2,500 years ago, this Prince Siddhartha came on the earth and he discovered it. He did not invent it. Don't forget it. You're getting it? So therefore, we cannot really say this is Buddhism. This is reality, which he discovered. That's it, as simple as that. If you discover it, see to the benefit. Say, as I said earlier, emptiness was the benefit. All your fears will dissolve. Seeing dependent origination, your compassion will grow. Your love and affection will grow. So these are the two sides of the same coin. So with this is one thing that we need to keep in mind. So with this, so before I go through this, okay. You know why this is empty? You know why? I was working so hard this morning. Okay. Okay. So you will get some clue of what you're watching here. Can you see those at the back? Mark? Can you see this? Oh, you're young, you can read it. Elders, you can see? My age? Okay. Discrepancy between appearance and reality. As Devika said, what's the discrepancy between appearance and reality? In the dream. In the dream, you see the dream as real. Objective real, but the reality is empty of objective reality. The reality, empty of objective reality, appearance appears objective real. This is discrepancy. When do you discover the discrepancy? When you wake up. When you wake up. So, the world that we see, according to physics, we see that there is a discrepancy between how the world operates. On the macro level, what we see is the relativity theory operating. Relativity theory, special theory of relativity, general theory of relativity. These two operating on the macro level. On a micro level, no. On a micro level, the relativity theory is not applicable on the macro level. On a micro level, quantum physics is applicable. So today, many scientists, physicists, they were thinking of unifying the two theories. Quantum mechanics, relativity theory. In other words, the theory which is operating on the the macro level and the micro level, because these are the same reality of the world. One on the micro, one on the macro. It's the same. It's not that the planet Earth is the macro, and then some another planet is the micro. No. Within planet Earth, there's a macro coexisting. But till date, the scientists could not find one unified field theory. So when you talk of the macro, you have to operate the relativity theory. You cannot apply the quantum physics. Whereas on the micro level, you have to apply the quantum physics, not relativity theory. You're getting it? So these are seen as two diverging theories. But there's no choice. At the moment, physicists cannot bring the two together. In this philosophy of what is known as emptiness, again, there's the concept of the micro and the macro. So we talked about the two truths, ultimate truth and the conventional truth. What is the ultimate truth? Ultimate truth is like the macro reality. And the conventional truth is the macro reality. So you may be wondering, what is this? Macro. Okay. I ask you, what is this? A glass of water. And what do you think a physicist, a particle physicist will explain or will say? If I ask, what is this? They'll say H2O. This may be the chemist. The physicist will say electrons, protons, neutrons, right? Who's correct? Huh? Who's correct? Tell me, hey, what do you think? Who's correct? You said that this is a glass of water, and the elementary particle physicists will say that this is just a bunch of electrons, protons, neutrons. So it's correct. Huh? Everyone's correct. Are you sure? Okay, different levels. It means that, say, there are two different perceptions. You agree? There are two different perceptions taking place. One is on the gross level, and the other is on the micro level, subtle level, micro level. You getting it? One is on the gross level. Yes. One is on the gross level or the macro level. What's your answer? Glass of water. Macro or micro? Macro. On a micro level, the physicists will say this is just a bunch of electrons, protons, neutrons. You getting it? Okay. So with this, the same object, what is your answer? If you look at through electron microscope, you see water or not? Huh? You will see water or not? If you don't see water. What do you see? Electrons, protons, neutrons. Okay. So Mona Lisa painting. Mona Lisa painting is known for what? It's for the smile, the painting of a smile, right? Painting of a smile. And if you look at the Mona Lisa painting through electron microscope, you see the smile or not? The smile disappears, right? And whose perception is correct? The one who is seeing a smile or one who is seeing no smile? Which is correct? Huh? Both are correct. How many say both are correct? Raise hands. This is a very serious discussion. You getting it? In the first place, do you agree with me? Same Mona Lisa painting, if you look at it from distance, you see the lady smiling. You agree? Yes. If you look at through electron microscope, right, you don't see the lady smiling, right? The smile disappears. Raise hands. That's reality. Okay, that's reality. So there's a discrepancy there. Which of the two perceptions is correct? Huh? Both. Raise hands. Okay. So that painting, is it smiling or not? Is it the painting of a smile or not smile? But you said that the other one is also correct, no smile. Is correct. Correct means it's not smiling. My question is, you said that both are correct. How many said it? Both perceptions are correct. Who's from distance you see a smile is also correct. From an electron microscope, you have to smile. There's no smile there. It's just close by, right? Close by, you don't see that. From distance, you see that. So, which of two perceptions is correct? No, this is not my question. Which of the perceptions is correct? Both? Huh? Only the far away. Huh? Yes. Oh, which means true, you agree. Total Savitaj and you agree. Okay. So if two of them agree, which means that they are not into the digital world today, right? There are so many people meeting through what is that? The Facebook, Instagram, and so forth, right? With the filter, you're getting it with the filter. So two of them are saying that what you see in the filter is the correct one, right? You see close, this is not the reality. Two of them are saying this, right? So which is the correct one? With the filter or without the filter? You understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand what I'm saying, which means that you are my age, right? young ones, they know that. Filter, not filter, right? Hey, Mark, you understand it? Filter, not filter. You're too young for that. Huh? For the girl over there, you understand it, right? Okay. To all the boys, girls, you understand it? Okay. This is a very serious point that, what's your name? This is a very serious point Sonal is making. You are getting it? Say, Mona Lisa's eyes, or this the smile, right? The smile. If you look at it, just the smile or the lips, right? But you are seeing just a part of it through electron microscope, which means you will not see the complete. But this is one thing that you have to practice it. You have to observe it, learn how to see that. There are some paintings deliberately created that way, that you see from distance, as the lady has said, from distance, you see a human being there. You go close by, you see the whole thing, but human being disappears. How many you have seen such a painting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have seen that, right? Not only part. You see the whole thing, but a person disappears. You're getting it? Okay, this is very important. So, yes. Okay, did you hear what Nori? Did you hear what Nori is saying? Is it the perspective? Is it the perspective that we have to keep in mind? How many of you heard what Nori said? Raise hands. Okay, good. What does it mean by perspective? Anyone? This is very important one raised. What does it mean by perspective? I don't need a very precise definition. What do you understand by perspective? Vantage point. Meaning? Okay, frame of reference. Is it what you're saying? No? Then say which angle, meaning which frame of, from the point of view of which frame of reference you are looking at it. It's the same thing. You're getting it? From the point of view of which frame of reference you are looking at. from very close by as a frame of reference, you see the smile disappears. From a far away as a point of reference, you see a smile. You're getting it? What do you understand by perspective? Very good. Okay. Did you follow what Nori is saying? This is a very important point. Say, the person who painted this Mona Lisa, he was not intending anybody to look at through electron microscope. Then the whole purpose for him, having painted this, is defeated. Whereas what he did, the purpose is for you to look at from distance, not from close by, not from electron microscope. You getting it? Okay. They say, so therefore, it depends on from where you look at it. Perspective, from where you look at it. Okay, now going back to this. Say, do you agree with me? The content of this glass, what's inside this glass makes sense as a water only with respect to looking at it through your naked eyes, like naked eyes, not through electron microscope. You agree? Good. From the perspective of the naked eyes, this glass is a glass full of water. From the point of view of the electron microscope, what is inside this glass is a bunch of electrons, protons, neutrons. You agree? Good. My next question is, say, so this is purely perspective. Perspective. So I'm not interested in your perspectives. I'm interested in what this object is. You getting it? So now remove the perspectives and tell me what is this object inside this glass. Tell me. I'm interested not in the perspectives. I'm interested in what is inside this glass, the object, not the subject. Okay, but before I ask this question, let me ask you this thing. Perspective, when you hear this word perspective, does it resonate more with the subject or with the object? Raise hands. Very good. Very good. When you hear the words, the perspective, does it resonate more with the subject or with the object? You said subject. You getting it? Now, when I say, what is this? Am I asking the object or subject? Object. You're getting it? This is a very important step. Now, perspective is more subject. So remove the perspective, the subject. I'm interested in the object. Remove the subject, the different perspectives. My question to you, what is inside this glass? Huh? The girl there? Water, right? Okay, so water is from the perspective of naked eyes. You agree? And I ask you to remove the perspective. What is this now? Huh? The girl there, water. Water is from the perspective of naked eyes. I said remove the perspective. What is this inside? Okay, liquid is also a perspective of a naked eyes. In the eyes of the electron microscope, there's no liquid. You agree? Okay, how many of you this question brings a little bit of mental uneasiness? I cannot give a proper answer. Raise hands. If you feel a little uneasy, this is very precious. You're getting there. You're getting there. You're getting it? Whereas if you still see that, oh no, of course water is there, right? If this is what's coming to your mind, don't worry. Don't worry. Even that is an extremely important step, because when you are very definitive in your, or you can articulate what's going in your mind, then these questions, when thinking about the questions, then these thoughts will evolve. You're getting it? Whereas if you don't really say, well, I don't care what he's saying, right? Then that's a different story. Otherwise, oh, there's water there. Oh, no, I don't really understand. I cannot say anything. Water is a perspective. No water is also perspective. What is there? A little uneasiness comes to the mind. This is extremely precious. But if you still think that there's water there, don't worry, right? So we have to keep exploring this. Okay, so this is important. In other words, what we learned thus far is that objectively, there's nothing there. Everything exists. How? Subjectively. So when I say remove the perspective, what is objective? I'm asking what is objective reality. Objectively, nothing is there. You're getting it? And when you say that, oh, yes, he's coming to a very sudden jump, right? And I cannot accept it. This is extremely difficult to accept it, because we are chronically addicted to believing in things that's objectively real. Okay, pick up anything. What is in your hand? Just pick up something and show that to me. Pick up something and show that to me. Pick up something and show that to me. Okay, now look at it yourself. Look at it and see how it appears to you. The object that you picked up appears to you as objectively real, or like dream that your mind is creating it. How does it appear to you? Look at it. Tell me, anyone? Objectively real or subjectively real? Objectively real. You're getting it? This is how our mind is so chronically addicted to seeing things as objectively real. As long as you see things objectively real, we have no freedom. Why no freedom? I'm going to explain this. How many of you, imagine that you're watching a television with your little brother or little sister, little brother, naughty brother, and he keeps the remote control. You're happy, not happy? Hey, just imagine, right? Imagine that you're watching television with your little brother, and who's so fond of watching cartoon, and you don't want to watch cartoon. And the remote control is in the hand of your brother. Do you like it or you don't like it? Why not? Why don't you like it? The lady over there, why don't you like it? So, you have lost control, yes. How many agree with your name? Logo Bharati. Bharati. How many agree with Logo Bharati and the lady over there? Raise hands. Then you have no control. I want control of the what to watch. I want control. So when you see things, we all want control. We all want freedom. When the remote control is kept by your brother, you don't have the freedom to choose the channel. So lack of freedom is misery. You're getting it? And we don't want misery. We want freedom. So point is that when you see things as subjectively real as opposed to objectively real, or you see things objectively real as opposed to subjectively real, when you see this objectively real, then it's like remote control is out of your hand. Objectively real, something from the object, from the brother, not with me, with the brother. So where you see things objectively real, the freedom is lost. Loss of freedom is misery. Okay, so because of this, our job is to see how everything is purely subjective. There's nothing objective. When you discover that, it is such a healing for us. Healing. Okay. So with this in mind, what we learned is that if everything is like a dream, then just in the dream, failing to see the dream as dream, failing to see the dream as dream is ignorance or wisdom. Hey, failing to see the dream as dream is ignorance or wisdom. is ignorance. And what is the outcome? Outcome is the fear. All the fears, the turbulence of the mental emotions, anger, attachment, all these things in the dream happen when you see the dream as real. Okay, how many of you once in a while you see the dream as dream, in the dream? You are in the dream, and in the dream you see dream as dream. Sometimes, once in a while, oh, I'm dreaming, this is a dream. Presents once in a while. Very good, many of you, good. Okay. Of course, there are some techniques for us to know that you are dreaming. You're in the dream and you are aware that you're dreaming. There are some techniques to do that. Okay, how many of you want to learn this? Presents? Okay, right. Okay, good. So the point is that when you see the dream as not dream, when does it happen? In the dream or outside dream? Let me repeat it. When you see the dream as not dream, outside the dream. Seeing the dream as not real. Seeing the dream as not real is wisdom or ignorance. Wisdom. And the outcome is your nightmare stops. Okay, so with this in mind, now we're going to go through the text. The text which you have in your hand. Okay, those of you who do not have the text, if you have the text, then you can make notes on it. If those who do not have it at all, then I'm sharing this on the screen here. Okay, so this I did in haste this morning, knowing that some of you may not have the text there. So therefore, I just put it up there. Okay, so from this text was composed by the author. You cannot read it, it's very small. Lama Tsongkhapa. Okay. The author was a 14th century great Tibetan master. 14th century. His name is Lama Tsongkhapa. And he wrote this after his realization that nothing exists objectively. Certain say the realization happened in him, of course, through systematic studies, not just some magic happened. No magic. This is through the studies, contemplation, meditation. One day he has this very profound, spontaneous experience of how everything is like a dream. It happened, and then he composed this text. Okay. So, but I'm going to read this. Okay, by the way, I need to check the timing. Huh? Oh, why? Okay. Okay, we'll read for one or two verses, then we'll stop here. Yeah. He who speaks on the basis of seeing meaning not just blind faith. No blind faith, through through study, reflection, and then meditation. This makes him, the Prince Siddhartha, 2,500 years ago, makes him a knower of the reality, ultimate reality, which is empty of objective existence, and teacher unexcelled, because till that point, everybody believed that things are objectively real, unexcelled. I bow to you, O conqueror. Conqueror meaning the one who has conquered all the mental negative emotions. Conquer, you who saw dependent origination. Now you know what is dependent origination. And taught it. Whatever degenerations meaning mental stress, anxiety, fear, sadness, all the undesirable things. Whatever degenerations there are in the world, the root of all these is ignorance. Which ignorance? Ignorance believing in things as objectively real, truly real. Ignorance. You taught that it is dependent origination, the seeing of which will undo this ignorance. If you see dependent origination, you see things that are dependent, they're not independent, empty of independent. With this ignorance is removed, and then the iceberg melts, and everything is stacked. The misery is stacked on the iceberg of ignorance, dismantles. So how can an intelligent person not comprehend that this part of dependent origination is essential point of your teaching? So the Buddha actually, the Prince Siddhartha, the Buddha, he manifested he performed so much of miracles. He performed many miracles, but Lama Tsongkhapa never praised him for his performing miracles. Instead, for him teaching us this wisdom. Because finally, even if, say, somebody levitates in the air, perform miracles, but what will you get? We'll get nothing, right? If today, Dr. Savita ji levitate in the air for 5 minutes, there's going to be traffic jam in Goa, 100%. BBC will come, CNN will come. You're getting it? And then millions of people will come to see Dr. Savita ji levitate in the air. You're getting it? But what will the people get? They will get nothing. They will go back what? With, wow, that's it. They don't get anything. Whereas, if somebody teaches us the wisdom to see that we are all dreaming, that everything's like a dream, that this wisdom will undo the ignorance which is like the iceberg on which all the undesirable experience, miseries are stacked. Iceberg melts, and the misery stacks will all crumble down. So this is precious. So therefore it says that this being so, who will find, O Savior, a more wonderful way to praise you than to praise you for having taught this origination through dependence? Whatsoever depends on conditions, that is devoid of intrinsic existence, objective existence, they all mean the same. Okay, but when you look at the painting, what example do we have? Hologram. How many of you have seen hologram? How many of you have seen 3D movies? I've never seen one. 3D movies, raise hands, how many have seen that? Okay, when you watch the 3D movie, you see as well like there's something solid there, right? There's some essence there, intrinsic, something intrinsic, something essence there. When you remove you use glasses, remove the glass, it's just a hazy thing. There's nothing essence there. Okay, whatever depends on condition, that is devoid of intrinsic existence. There's nothing intrinsic there. There's no objective reality. It's all like dream. What an excellent instruction can there be more amazing than this proclamation? By grasping at it, the child is strengthened bondage to extreme views. Extreme views of what? What are two extremes? Extreme nihilism and extreme of absolutism. For the wise, this very fact of dependent origination is the doorway to cut free from the net of elaborations of the two extremes, to remove the two extremes and follow the middle way. Okay, since this teaching is not seen elsewhere, you alone are the teacher. To teach us how to free us from the sleep of ignorance. You alone are the teacher, like calling a fox a lion. For a Tirthikas, it would be a word of flattery. Wondrous teacher, wondrous refuge, wondrous speaker, wondrous savior. I pay homage to the teacher who taught the well-dependent origination, empty of objective existence. Okay, we'll stop here. Maybe I can end it in 1 or 2 questions, right? Because all this late. 1 or 2 questions if you have. Raise hands if you have questions. No? Any questions? Any questions related to what we have learned yesterday, today? Any questions? Okay. Yes. Yes. Dependent origination. Meaning, How by understanding this, the grief will disappear? Is your question? Okay, one thing, this is serious. In fact, I understand what you're saying, that this is what I said yesterday, that oftentimes when you have some problem, when you go to the counselors, people oftentimes, they will say that, no, this is part of life, you have to live with it. But the answer is no, not necessary. It's not that you have to live with that. You can get rid of grief. There's ways and means to get away from this. So the whole thing. So therefore, I told you right from the beginning that these 5 things, the five methods which I shared with you, just practice these 5. If you're very serious, of course, the grief is a very serious matter for all of us. The pain is so acute. How many went through this experience? Acute pain of grief, such pains with hands. Acute, right? Okay. How many never went through such pains with hands? Acute pains. How many have never went through such pains? Okay, 1, 2. Young ones, don't worry. They're coming. Right? They're waiting for us, young ones. Young ones, don't worry. Young ones, don't worry. The elders, I really need to double check it. Right? If you say no, I need to double check it. Okay. Either in a way you're too lucky, in a way all these griefs are being coming to you in a package, right? Suddenly. It can be very, very, very scary, shocking. For the young ones, don't worry. You have, these are waiting for you. Yeah. So this is acutely painful. This is a reality. Now, how to deal with this? These are the practical questions. Before we say, no, we have to live with it. Before we say this, try to get these 5 methods. Try to get these 5 methods yourself, and it will not take too long. It's a matter of how serious you are. If you are really, really, really fed up with these, fed up and really pained by these griefs, then you have to try these 5. Try these 5. These 5 are nothing to do with blind faith, right? Okay, you come and you believe in me. I say this, you have to do it. No. First, don't accept them. Learn them. Practice them and see what effects are being felt by you. Once you feel the effect, then you see that, wow, that's amazing. This is revolutionary in your thought. That I practice this and my grief is over, right? And not only your grief is over, you become extremely courageous to after getting rid of this, you become extremely courageous to even help others to get away from grief. You can help others. This extremely the beautiful way. There are these methods there. Just try these 5. You're getting it? Only if you try these 5, you're successful with these 5, still the grief is as much as the same as before, you come to me, then I'll tell you. Right? More questions? Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Then we can't do anything. For example, say, again.
If people say, I don't reflect and I don't process, but I'm over my grief. My point is that you really haven't, you've avoided something.
Say somebody says that I don't reflect.
And I don't, to me,
I'm over my grief. Huh?
to feel it.
These 5 points.
Yeah, so you go through those 5 points and you start,
Practice. That's right.
Day 1, you would feel one way, day 2, you feel something else, day 3, you feel differently. But you're allowing your mind to think about it, so reflecting on it.
Yes.
You're saying, wow, what about this thought? What about this, can I live with? Or what about this, do I have to accept? Right? And you allow yourself to think it through. There are people who will not
point is that finally is up to the individual. What approach you like, I want to live with it, live with it. No force. If you don't want to live with this, it's very painful, I cannot live with this, and say this is the reason why many people commit suicide. So the point is that many people, number one, they don't get these techniques. Number one. In some cases, even if they get these techniques, they underestimate their potential. So for this, we need to first of all tell the person that you have the potential. It's not that you don't have the potential. Don't underestimate your potential. That we should, and this is reality, it's not exaggeration. Everybody has the potential. In the past, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, since the time of the Homo sapiens, most likely 0.3 million years ago. From there till like the last 1,500 years, till that point, there is the male chauvinism predominant existing everywhere. This is purely indication of backwardness. In a way, male chauvinism means that males are superior. Female, they don't have this potential. This is totally backward. It's not the reality. Reality, everybody has potential. Albert Einstein has potential. Even somebody who is zero in physics also has the potential to be good in physics. But reality is that some people may take longer duration of time to manifest that potential. And in the first place, we need to meet with the correct information, contact with the correct information, contact and attention. Then the correct discrimination will come. All these five, they are activating on the contact, attention, and discrimination. So with this, then the feeling is changed. Say, the situation which gives grief, unpleasant feeling, now start to give you the pleasant feeling. Instead of feeling pain, you embrace the situation with love and affection. The pain of the grief is gone. You can embrace the situation with love and affection. Right? But what the other person does is up to the individual. You want to go through these 5 steps or not, up to the individual. Usually people, when my friends, they introduce me to them saying that, hey, you must go to his class. I said, don't make things boring, class all the time, right? Do come to Tibet House for a cup of tea. Enjoy a cup of tea with me, right? If you want a cup of tea, come. No need to class. It's up to the individual. But if somebody is interested, I'm ready to do things whereby my pain of the grief must be gone rid of. I have so much of pain, anxiety, stress. I have anger issue. My family members are not happy. I need to learn how to get rid of this. Then you have to practice these. Only then I will teach this. If somebody is not interested, why should I teach? What do you do? We can't do anything. There's all these great teachers, enlightened teachers came, like Jesus came, Lord Ram came, Prophet Muhammad came, Bahula came, then the Guru Nanak came, Lord Mahavir came, Zoroaster came, Buddha came, and the Moses came, right? But the world problem is still the world problem. So up to the individual. If you don't take the initiative, nobody can help any. The girl over there.
That's from this concept of objective reality. So when is the circumstance where he has to tell it that this is not textual and to detach that and to make it that it's an objective reality. So when is that circumstance, or is it only individual, perspective that you have to inculcate this teaching?
scientist, do you think that he's detached from the water or detached from seeing this as objective water?
He's trying to detach from the concept.
If he's
but he's an experienced person
if he's detached from the water, it's wrong. He should be detached from the perception of objective water. Perception of objective water is a problem. Seeing it as water is not a problem. You're getting it? It's water. Right? Water. Same. Goa traffic. Well, Goa traffic is empty of objective reality. You meditate, all traffic stops. Traffic will not stop. You're getting it? You want to go your car first to stop all the traffic. You meditate emptiness, then the traffic stops. Traffic will not stop. Your realization will not see the traffic as non-existent. No, you will see the traffic is objectively non-existent. Traffic exists. But water exists. The scientist is discovering that the water does not exist objectively. So because of this, seeing it as water, you can drink. Seeing as empty of objective water, his mind is freed from the entanglement of seeing this as water, objective water. So the disturbing emotions stop while he can still enjoy the water, knowing that it is still water. Okay, over there. Yes. Yes, Senior Mark.
Sir, this is a little personal in nature. I'm a devout Catholic, and my Catholic values have been growing as I'm growing older. I go to church whenever I find time to go to church. And in the Don Bosco, there's a cross of Jesus Christ. So, if as my day goes by, I'm in a business where we are not angelic and we all cannot be Jesus-like. So when I go to Mass, this is regard to your Mona Lisa parallel, sir, I get a feeling that Jesus is not smiling on a day where I feel introspectively I've not done good. And on days I've done good. Like the other day, I picked up an accident victim from the road, and I just went and dropped him at the hospital. But I did not wait there. After that, I went to Mass. Something in me was burning that I did not wait there. Is it a manifestation of an introspective nature, or what is it, sir?
So what you're saying is that they say when you look at the picture of Jesus, you see they just smiling when you do something good. When you do not do something good, then the face does not smile. So is this a question or? Okay. This is beautiful anecdote. I really appreciate it. Because this is similar to this is what happened to me also. I would say everybody will feel the same thing. Say, His Holiness the Dalai Lama once narrated the similar incident. That His Holiness, along with other people, Jews, Christians, I think from the religious groups, they went to one church, and there was the statue of Mary. And His Holiness, everybody was praying, and then His Holiness looked at the Mary statue, and the Mary statue was smiling. This is what His Holiness reported. So I would say that my personality, I wouldn't say, oh, this big blessing. I would not say this. What I would say is that how you see things is greatly affected by I'm seeing how you see things. I'm not talking about how things exist. I'm not talking about that. How you see things and how things exist, they are very different. For me also, my personal experience is like this. When you are being kind, when you are being helpful to other people, and particularly emotionally, you are being very supportive of a weaker section of the community, people, whatever. Look at these statues, even the statues appear smiling. It happened to me also. But I would never agree with myself. With other people, it's very different. For me, it's not that some magic is happening there, the statue is smiling. When mentally I'm a little disturbed, the statue is very serious. The same statue. But my take is that for me, at least for me, I'm as ordinary as any other person. Therefore, there's no magic happening there. Your mind is reflected on somebody else's face. When you're being kind, exceptionally, actively being kind, is reflected on the other person as smiling. Even the statues, even the paintings seem smiling. When you are really very, say, unhappy or disturbed, agitated, then even you see the statue is very stern, right? Right? And then, although it's very funny, although say they say you meet with say there's something on your mind and something wrong, and then you meet the other person. Other person doesn't know anything about what's going with you, and the person said, "Oh, there's water there." Instantly, you connect this with what you're wrong you did. Oh, he's hinting. He is, in a way, giving me the clue that I did this, right? How did you know that? So these are all our own superimpositions happening. It happened to me also. But because of being kind, if something good appears on the face of Jesus or Lord Ram and so forth, it's beautiful, it's amazing. Just feel the joy. No doubt, whether the face is smiling or not, doesn't matter. But you have done something good. This is a very clear indication. It's so precious. I appreciate it. Good. Okay, if you ask me such miracles, do they exist, not exist? My answer is 100% yes. But these say in my public address and so forth, I don't touch these areas. I touch only the empirical realities. You're getting it? Do these things, can they happen? My answer is 100% yes. These things can happen. These things can happen. But in my public address, I only talk what is logically explainable things. I agree with you. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You know, this question is coming from. This question is coming. Okay, tomorrow I'll bring the brochures, right? This question is coming from NDC to complicate all of you, right? Okay, okay. Yes. Say it again. Yes. Okay, this is a good question. Ontological reality versus empirical reality. What's the difference? Okay, empirical reality encompasses both ontology as well as the conventional reality, both. Ontological reality constitutes the ultimate reality, not the conventional. Yes, empirical reality encompasses both. Okay, it's already 5 o'clock, 5:15. Okay, yeah, see you tomorrow.